What if I told you there was a way to increase your DPS as well as your AP without spending any gold or any money on Blade and Soul? You interested? Well, today we're going to be talking about that. Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about hmoom points. So hmoom points is basically after you hit level 60, you start getting these prestige levels and they allow you to allocate these points into your skills. So first of all, we're going to press P to open up our stat sheet. So you can currently see here that I have 1432 AP. But if you guys remembered yesterday's video, I had a lot more AP, especially when I had my gems on. It was like 1500. And the main reason is because of your hmoom points over here. So you can see that my hmoom level is 17. And because I'm level 17, I have a bunch of hmoom points. For every hmoom level you grow, you get 5 points to allocate to any of your skills over here. However, by finishing the story, you also get a Mastery Hmoom Scroll, which again, you can use to get an additional point. So there's a bunch of stats over here, and a lot of people have been copying what I do on my summoner. I don't recommend doing that, mainly because the way that I play the summoner and my role in my raid group has always been utility. Because my ping is simply too high and other people do a lot more damage than me in my raid, so I've decided to go off to the utility path with movement speed, HP regen, defense. Like these three stats mainly are what I like to focus on, but that is because my role in my raid is not mainly focused on DPS. It's more focused on either doing mechanics or healing people or rezzing people in case they make any mistakes. However, in F8, when you're doing dungeon runs, nobody really cares about utility because the main focus is to kill the boss before you have to do any mechanics, and that is kind of the gold standard in what people want in F8. So what you want to do is you basically want to put all your points into offense. So you can see here that when you click on bonus effects, that you get 60 attack power when you have 10 points in offense, you get another 40 attack power when you got 20 points in offense, you get another 100 attack power for 5 seconds on resist if you have 50 points, and you get another 30 attack power and 40 mystic damage if you have 80 points on offense. So what you want to do is you want to put 80 points in offense so that you get the set bonus, and voila, you see I have 1642 attack power all of a sudden just from these hmoom points. And in order to get more hmoom points, you simply play the game. The more you play the game, this bar down here, you'll see that it says level 60, hmoom 17. I have 13 million EXP out of 77 million EXP. Basically, every time you kill something, every time you hand in a daily, you do a weekly, you do a raid, anything you do in this game will reward you EXP, which will slowly add up onto your hmoom level and you'll level it up very, very quickly. Another way to get EXP at a consistent rate is simply being online. At the 2.5 hour mark, you get 3 of these excellent hmoom EXP charms, which give you 100k EXP every time you use it and has a 2-second cooldown. However, if you're online for 3 hours, you get rewarded a special hmoom EXP charm, which gives you 1 million EXP. And if you're premium, you get another 3. So you get a total of 4 million just for staying online for 3 hours. You don't actually have to do anything. You can just AFK fish or you can just stand around, and as long as you've been online for 3 hours or more, you'll be able to redeem all the rewards over here. So now that I've explained the most important one, or boosting AP, there are a lot of other stats here that are also equally as important. There's one that I want to give a lot of emphasis on, and that is hmoom focus over here. Hmoom focus gives you a lot of boss attack power, so it's very important to also put in any extra points into hmoom focus after you've got your offense on 80. Because 80 will just boost your base AP so that you do a lot more damage. And then other than that, it's really up to you on what you want. If you're dying a lot, you might want to put some points into defense, because you can see 10 points gives you 20,000 HP. 20 points gives you another 15,000 HP. So that's 35,000 HP just from having 20 points in defense. And if you're still having some difficulty staying alive, you could put 50 points of defense, and that recovers 6% of your maximum HP on resist. So whenever you iframe an attack, you'll regenerate 6% of your maximum HP, and it has a 3-second cooldown. So you can keep iframing and basically keep regenerating your HP. However, if you put that many points in defense, obviously you will be sacrificing a lot of offense abilities. So you need to find a nice balance. In my case, if I know that I need the damage or my party needs the damage, I would put a lot of emphasis on offense, maybe 80 points in offense. And then if I could survive, I would have 0 in defense and the rest in hmoom focus, because this gives me boss attack power, which is also very, very strong, since in dungeons you kill everything very quickly except for the boss. So when you have extra boss attack power, it'll help accelerate the process so that you can kill the boss just a little bit faster, so that you can skip those annoying mechanics that people don't want to do. Okay, now that I've covered offense and hmoom focus, I'm just going to quickly go through the other stats. So the first one is threat. Threat is basically allowing you to aggro the boss or aggro the mob in order to hold aggro. So let's say that you have someone in your party that does 2 million damage, but they don't know how to tank. And maybe you're Blade Master or you're Warden and you're the tank, but you only deal 500k DPS. So what you want to do is you want to put points into threat so that you can hold aggro, even though you're dealing less damage than the other person that's dealing 2 million, as long as you have threat. And for Blade Masters, Wardens, and Kung Fu Masters, they have a skill called War Cry. So you could cast War Cry, which will give you additional threat so that you can hold aggro even though you deal less damage than some other people in your party. So that is the first skill. Second skill is HP regeneration or health regeneration. This one's very self-explanatory. Basically, the more points you put in here, the faster you regen HP passively. Movement speed is also very self-explanatory. The more points you put in it, the faster you move normally. This applies to when you're in combat and when you're out of combat. And finally, there's debuff resistance, and debuff resistance is a PvP exclusive stat. This basically just reduces the duration of all the CCs and the debuffs. So, you know, if you got stunned, maybe normally the stun will last 3 seconds. If you have a lot of points over here, you won't get stunned as long. And that's pretty much it. So don't bother picking up debuff if you're just doing PvE content. It's really not worth it. So in conclusion, the TLDR, put a ton of points into offense. Next up is hmoom focus and defense whenever you need it. And if you're in the same boat as me and you're in a raid and you are more utility focused, then movement speed and HP regeneration could be something that you can consider. But that's about it for the hmoom points. Hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome?